6 powerful signs that you have this unique gift. Welcome to Spirit of Evo. Seeing, knowing, being inspired. We all know that there is still much to discover between the visible world and the invisible world. Heaven and earth are not the end of the world as we imagine it. People who are spiritually anchored in an unshakable belief in higher powers fundamentally see life with different eyes. They perceive more than just what is visible and, over time, develop a real gift for reading between the lines. In former times, one would have said second sight or clairvoyance to it. Unfortunately, these terms are now negatively tainted and are almost instantly equated with charlatanry and hocus-pocus. And yet some people see, know, and understand more than others. If you want to know whether you also have such a spiritual gift, the following signs may answer this question. Number 1. Your intuition is very strong. All people have it, but only very few use it when our inner voice speaks to us or our stomach feeling wants to warn us. Then we should urgently listen. These are only 2 of the many mouthpieces that intuition uses. Sometimes our hair stands on end or we shiver. At some moments we are filled with an inexplicable joy. The spiritual world is convinced that intuition is the direct line to the top and that it receives its messages from this direction. The more often we follow the wise advice of our intuition, the more it will be of use to us. Number 2. You are blessed with a lot of empathy. We should all have compassion and understanding for our fellow human beings. However, there are still more people who literally walk over dead bodies. If, on the other hand, you belong to those contemporaries who are blessed with a spiritual gift, no concern of other people is foreign to you. You instinctively sense when someone is plagued by fears or doubts and could urgently use a sympathetic ear. Strangers confide in you unconditionally and tell you half their life story without being asked. They immediately realize that they are facing a person who can understand and perhaps even comfort them. Number 3. Your dreams are very vivid and real. When you go through life with a spiritual gift, you have a lot of information to process. This comes to you on 2 different levels, through the conscious mind and through the subconscious mind. The former we experience every day with all our senses. We hear, see, and feel. Thousands of stimuli pour in on us. Much of it, however, is filtered by our brain and evaluated as either useful or useless. What passes our consciousness, however, is the information from the invisible world. This is where our subconscious comes into play. However, it processes the information and sensory stimuli most effectively only at night, in dreams. The consequence of this are partly frighteningly real dream sequences, up to nightmares or so-called lucid dreams. Number 4. You often wake up at night between 3 and 4 in the morning for some inexplicable reason. This time period is called spiritual hour, or witching hour, or wolfing hour. In the spiritual world, this nocturnal window of time is the fog that clears between our world and that of the spirits and the dead. The exchange within these 2 dimensions is easier here than at any other time. If you frequently awaken at this time of night, someone is appealing to your subconscious and wants to be heard. Only people with an open mind have this much sensitivity. Number 5. You are no stranger to visions. Not only at night, but also during the day, it can often happen to spiritually gifted people that they see things that are not real. This is not a hallucination and is not a cause for concern. It develops into normality for you over time. Your intuition assures you that everything is fine. You are merely experiencing a vision that may show future events, but may also show a snippet from the past. These daydreams always contain a message that will also reveal itself in due time. If such illusions happen to you again and again, you will realize with time that you better do not talk about what your gift reveals to you. You would otherwise possibly intervene in the course of events or even actively influence them. This information is not intended for that. They should rather show you that someone holds his protecting hand over you by granting you this knowledge advantage. Number 6. People are an open book to you. Deceiving someone with a spiritual gift will inevitably end unpleasantly. No one can lie to these people, even if they try hard. You see right through any form of manipulation and can immediately discern the intentions behind every kind word. Unfortunately, this part of your gift means that many of these knowledgeable people prefer to withdraw from society and prefer to live alone. There are no secrets to be kept from you. All your fellow men are an open book to you. Yes, this makes love relationships sometimes difficult to impossible. But friendships also suffer from this relentless and involuntary form of honesty. Nobody wants to be a transparent person. Our conclusion. Great wisdom means great responsibility. It is hard enough in itself to go through life with the burden of knowledge. Only a few people can be trusted without reservation. If you do not have a person for life by your side, your soulmate, it is a matter of coping with these circumstances alone in order to find a healthy way to process all the information and quiet sounds to which you are exposed every day. The second phase often shows itself in the form of a strongly developed intuition. This lets you guess and foresee things for the future that have not yet occurred. From this treasure of knowledge grows a great power, and from this, a great responsibility. Deal wisely with your gift, and remain discreet. People who are ahead of their time still meet with incomprehension and rejection. You have a great future ahead of you. Use your gift. If you enjoyed our podcast, feel free to give us a thumbs up. And to make sure you don't miss any new posts, subscribe to our channel. We'd really appreciate it. Thank you, and see you soon, Spirita Vivo.